Hello everyone, in this question, two coherent monochromatic light beams of intensities I and 4I are superposed. The maximum and minimum possible intensities in the resulting beam are. Now, in this question, it is given that the intensities be given I1 is equals to I and I2 is equals to 4I. Now we have to find the ratio. We know that the maximum intensity I maximum is given by this is equals to root under I1 plus root under I2 whole square, and I minimum is given by root under I1 minus root under I2 whole square. Now we have to find the ratio. Therefore the ratio of I maximum to I minimum is equals to root under I1 is equals to I and minus this is plus for maximum, so root under 4I whole square and whole divided by root under I minus root under 4I whole square, and we can write here root under I plus, and this 4 comes out of the root, so it becomes 2 root under I whole square divided by root under I, and this is also 2 root I whole square, and equals to root I plus 2 root I is equals to 3 root I. So this is 3 root I whole square divided by this is equals to root under I minus 2 root I. This is equals to minus root I whole square, and this is equals to 9I divided by I. Therefore the maximum and minimum intensities in the resulting pattern will be 9I ratio I. So the answer is matched with the option 4. So this is the right answer. I hope you understood. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Here gives two spherical conductors, each capacity C are charged to potential V and minus V. These are connected by means of a wire. The loss of energy, to ले तो सावा loss of energy formula तो कैसे था? Loss of energy, so del U is equal to C1 C2 to V1 plus V2 square to upon C1 plus C2. তো এটা আমাক কি কৈছে C1 C2 C বুলি কৈছে, দুইটা সেম। আৰু এটা কি কৈছে, এটাৰ V1 যেটো আছে V বুলি কৈছে আৰু V2 বুলি কৈছে মাইনাস V2। এইখিনি যদি বহাই দিও আমি এটা কি পাম, তো ডেল U ইজ ইকুয়াল টু, তো এটা যাব C স্কয়ার, এটা হয়ে যাব সব V মাইনাস V স্কয়ার আপন টুয়াইস, তো 4C হয়ে যাব, এটা টুয়াইস C ইনটু T টু 4C। তো V মাইনাস V এটা কি হয়েছে 0 হয়ে যাব, ইট মিন্স কি মাল্টিপ্লাই 0, তো ইট মিন্স কি চেঞ্জ ইন যেটা আমরা লস অফ এনার্জিটা পাম 0 পাম। এটা অপশন চাও তো অপশন এটা প্রথম অপশন রয়েছে 0 বলি আছে, তো এটা হলো কারেক্ট आंसर है 0। तो थैंक यू।
इस क्वेश्चन में हमें दिया गया है अ लाइट सोर्स विच एमिट्स टू वेवलेंथ लैम्डा 1 एंड लैम्डा 2 is used in a Young's double slit experiment. If recorded fringe width for lambda 1 and lambda 2 are beta 1 and beta 2 and the number of fringes for them within a distance y on one side of the central maxima are m1 and m2 respectively. तो आपको बताना है बीटा और m में रिलेशन बताना है, ठीक है। देखो फ्रिंज विड्थ जो होती है वो कितनी होती है, लैम्डा d अपॉन स्मॉल d। लैम्डा वेवलेंथ है, d स्क्रीन और स्लिट्स के बीच की दूरी है और स्मॉल d है दोनों स्लिट्स के बीच की दूरी, ठीक है। तो बीटा 1 क्या हो जाएगा, बीटा 1 हो जाएगा लैम्डा 1 d बाई डी और बीटा 2 हो जाएगा आपका लैम्डा 2 d बाई डी। यानी कि जिसका बीटा बड़ा होगा, सॉरी जिसका लैम्डा बड़ा होगा उसका बीटा भी बड़ा होगा। यानी कि जिसकी वेवलेंथ ज्यादा होगी रे की, उसका जिस वेव की वेवलेंथ ज्यादा होगी उसकी फ्रिंज विड्थ भी ज्यादा होगी। तो देखो वेवलेंथ किसकी ज्यादा है, लैम्डा 2 की, ठीक है। तो इसका मतलब बीटा 2 बड़ा हो गया, तो ये ऑप्शन करेक्ट है। अब क्या होगा कि सेंट्रल मैक्सिमा से, ठीक है, सेंट्रल मैक्सिमा से किसी एक पर्टिकुलर डिस्टेंस y तक में कितनी नंबर ऑफ फ्रिंजेस आ सकती हैं, ठीक है, नंबर ऑफ फ्रिंजेस। अब देखो अगर फ्रिंज विड्थ जिसकी ज़्यादा होगी उसके कम नंबर आएंगे। मान लो किसी की फ्रिंज विड्थ इतनी है, ठीक है, तो इसमें मैं बोल सकता हूँ कि 3 फ्रिंज विड्थ आएंगी। किसी फ्रिंज की फ्रिंज विड्थ इतनी है किसी वेव की, तो उसमें ज़्यादा नंबर ऑफ फ्रिंज विड्थ आएंगी, ठीक है, तो M1 बड़ा हो जाएगा M2 से, तो बी ऑप्शन करेक्ट है। क्योंकि पहली वाली वेवलेंथ के लिए जो फ्रिंज विड्थ ज़्यादा है, ठीक है, तो उसके नंबर ऑफ फ्रिंजेस कम होंगे, ठीक है, और जिसमें फ्रिंज विड्थ कम है उसके नंबर ऑफ फ्रिंजेस ज़्यादा होंगे। तो बी ऑप्शन में क्या है, बीटा 2 बड़ा है तो M1 बड़ा होगा। अब बोला गया है कि फ्रॉम द सेंट्रल मैक्सिमम थर्ड मैक्सिमम ऑफ लैम्डा 2 ओवरलैप्स विद फिफ्थ मैक्सिमम ऑफ लैम्डा 1, ठीक है, ओवरलैप करेगा तो हम बोलेंगे कि भाई कि n लैम्डा जो होगा, n लैम्डा 2 जो होगा वो किसके बराबर होगा, 2n-1 लैम्डा 1 बाई 2 के, क्योंकि लैम्डा 1 की फिफ्थ मिनिमम यही होगी, इसी पे आएगी, ठीक है, और जो सेंट्रल मैक्सिमा से थर्ड मैक्सिमम होगी लैम्डा 2 की वो n लैम्डा 2 पे होगी। तो 3 लैम्डा 2 जो होगा वो किसके बराबर होगा, हो जाएगा 2n, यानी कि फिफ्थ लिखा है ना, 2 इंटू 5-1 इंटू लैम्डा 1 बाई 2, ठीक है, तो यहाँ से लिख सकता हूँ मैं 3 लैम्डा 2 इज इक्वल्स टू, ये हो जाएगा आपके पास में 9 लैम्डा 1 बाई 2। अब देखो लैम्डा 2 क्या है 600 और लैम्डा 1 क्या है 400, तो रखते हैं 3 इंटू 600 इज इक्वल्स टू 9 बाई 2 इंटू 400, ठीक है, तो ये गया भाई आपका 2 बार, ठीक है, ये हो गया 1800, ये भी हो गया 1800, बराबर है, तो इसका मतलब थर्ड ऑप्शन भी आपका करेक्ट है। डी ऑप्शन में आपको बोला गया है एंगुलर सेपरेशन ऑफ फ्रिंजेस लैम्डा 1 इज ग्रेटर देन लैम्डा 2, ठीक है, तो एंगुलर सेपरेशन जो होता है वो क्या होता है, लैम्डा अपॉन स्मॉल डी होता है, ठीक है, तो लैम्डा के प्रोपोर्शनल होता है। एंगुलर सेपरेशन जो होता है वो क्या होता है, लैम्डा के प्रोपोर्शनल होता है, प्रोपोर्शनल टू लैम्डा। अब देखो लैम्डा 1 जो है वो कितना है 400 है और लैम्डा 2 है 600, मतलब लैम्डा 1 जो है ग्रेटर देन है लैम्डा 2, तो एंगुलर सेपरेशन थीटा बोल देता हूँ, वो क्या होगा, थीटा 2 बड़ा होना चाहिए, थीटा सॉरी छोटा होना चाहिए। लैम्डा 1 हमें दे रखा है 400 और लैम्डा 2 है 600, तो लैम्डा 2 ग्रेटर है, ठीक है, बड़ा है लैम्डा 1 से, तो ऑब्वियसली थीटा 2 बड़ा होना चाहिए थीटा 1 से, यानी कि सेकंड जो एंगुलर सेपरेशन है, ठीक है, वो लैम्डा 2 के लिए ज़्यादा होना चाहिए, लेकिन यहाँ लिखा हुआ है लैम्डा 1 के लिए ज़्यादा, तो डी ऑप्शन गलत है, तो हम बोलेंगे कि ए बी सी आर करेक्ट।
Hello students, today our question is using the expression 2d sin theta is equals to lambda 1, calculate the value of d by measuring the corresponding angle theta in range 0 to 90 degree. The wavelength lambda is exactly known and the error in theta is constant for all values of theta. As theta increases from 0 degree here, this is 90 degree and this is 0 degree here, and we have A, B, C, D option is given here, so we have to find which option is correct here. So the solution of this question is, we have the expression 2d sin theta is equals to lambda, and this will equals to, so from here we can write d is equals to, and we can write here d is equals to 2d here, so we can write here d, and this will equals to lambda divided by, this is lambda divided by 2 sin theta here, and taking log and differentiating both side, so and differentiating both side, we get this is delta d divided by d is equals to delta lambda, and this is divided by lambda minus 1 divided by sin theta into cos theta into delta theta. For maximum error, all errors must be added, so we can write here for maximum error, we can write here, this is error here, all errors should be added, so we can write here this will equals to lambda d, this is delta d divided by d is equals to lambda, this is delta lambda, and this is divided by lambda here, plus this is cos theta, and this is divided by sin theta here, and this is delta theta here, and lambda is exactly known, so we can write here if lambda is exactly known, So delta lambda is equals to 0 here. So from here 0. So this is lambda d divided by d is equals to 0, and this is cot theta divided by sin theta. This cos by sin is cot theta into d theta, and here theta 1 is constant here, and on increasing theta cot theta decreases, so we get delta theta is constant, and on increasing and delta theta, so on increasing this we get on increasing theta we get cot theta decreases here, cot theta decreases here, and so the fractional error in, so from this fractional error in delta d divided by d will also decrease here. So this is our required answer here. So now we check which option is, this is our answer here from this. So now we check which option is correct here. So the fractional error in D decreases here. So this is the answer. Option D is correct. Thank you.
Hello everyone, the question is, in a young double slit experiment, the separation between the two slits is d and the wavelength of the light is lambda. The intensity of the light falling on the first slit is 4 times intensity of the light falling on the second slit. Choose the correct option and options. If d is equals to lambda, the screen will be contain only one maxima. If d is less than lambda, d is greater than lambda, less than 2 lambda, at least one and more maxima beside the central maxima will be observed on the screen. If the intensity of the light falling on the first slit is reduces so that it become equal to that of second slit, the intensity of the observed dark and bright fringe will be increased. If the intensity of the light falling on the slit 2 is increased so that it become equal to that of slit 1, the intensity of the observed dark and bright fringe will be increased. So we have to check which of these options are correct. So let us make the Young's double slit experiment first. This is the diagram for the Young's double slit experiment. This is source S1 and this is S2, and difference between S1 and S2 is D. This angle is theta, and P is the point where we are going to find the intensity. So this part difference is d sine theta. So from here we can say d sine theta is equals to n lambda for maxima. This is the condition for maxima. So in the question it is given that if d is equals to lambda, then lambda sine theta is equals to n lambda. So from here we can say sine theta is equals to n, and n is an integer. N is equals to 0, 1, 2, 3, can take any value. So sine theta can have, if n equals to 0, then sine theta is equals to 0. It means theta is equals to 0. And if n equals to 1, then this means sine theta is equals to 1, means theta equals to 90. So if we take this case of theta equals to 90, this means this angle theta is 90. So the lines are parallel to this slits. So it is impossible in real case. So it is impossible in real case. So only case which is practically possible is first. So first case is possible. So theta is equals to, sin theta is equals to 0 degrees possible. So from here we can say the maximum value of sin theta is 1. So the option said if d equals to lambda, the screen will contain only one maxima. So this is correct. The maxima is at sin equals to 0 degree only. Theta equals to 0 degree only. Now next is if d is lying in between. So if we find the value of d from here, so d is equals to n lambda by sin theta. We are taking second option now, and this was first option. So d is equals to n lambda by sin theta. So it is given in the question. This n lambda by sin theta is greater than lambda and less than 2 lambda, or we can say 1. This n by sin theta is greater than 1 or less than 2. So from here we can say this sin theta can have only two values, maximum or minimum. If we say the maximum value of sin theta is 1 and the minimum value is -1, so and we cannot take sin theta equals to 0, so it become, so n by sin theta become infinity. So this is not possible. So we are taking only -1 to 1. So from here we can say that sin n by sin theta can have values, but this sin theta can have values -1, 1 at maximum, or this whole value can be 0 if n equals to 0. We are taking whole value of this. So this n by sin theta term can have -1, 1 and 0 as the maximum value. So we can say this having maxima, if we take this term n equals to 0, then we have maxima as center. If n equals to 0, then maxima as center. But rather than this maxima, if sin theta equals to 1 or -1, or this whole term, if we consider this term as k, so if this k having -1 or 1 value, then they also have maxima. So we can say that this, in this condition, the intensity is maximum, or we having maximum rather than the central maximum also. So we're having more than one maxima which is at -1 and 1. So this statement is also correct. So statement 2 is also correct. So let us check the third statement. So in the third statement it is given that the intensity become equal. So in third statement, first of all we have to find the intensity initial. So initial intensities are, first I1 equals to 4 times of I and I2 is equals to I. So if we find maximum intensity I maximum, so this is equals to under root of I1 plus under root of I2 whole square. So under root of I1 is 4I plus under root of I2 is I square. So if we solve it, then we have 2 under root I plus under root I square. So this is having 3 under root I square. So if we further solve it, then we have 9I. So this is maximum intensity in the initial case, and the minimum intensity I min is given by, again, under root of I1 minus under root of I2 whole square. So under root of I1 is again 4I minus under root of I square. So this equals to 2 under root I minus under root I square. So if we solve it, then we having I. So minimum intensity is I. Now if we take final case, So I1 is equals to I2 equals to I. So if we find I max, then this is under root of I plus under root of I square. So this is equals to 2 under root of I square. So this is equals to 4I. Now if we find I min, then we have under root of I minus under root of I, which is equals to whole square, which is equals to 0. So intensity of the dark point is 0. So the intensity of the dark fringe remains constant. So these two statements are wrong. So my final answer is A and B are correct. Thank you for watching this video.
Hello, we are given with the question, and the question says, in an interference arrangement similar to Young's double slit experiment, the slits S1 and S2 are illuminated with coherent microwave source, each of frequency 10⁶ Hz. The sources are synchronized to have zero phase difference. The slits are separated by a distance 150 meter. The intensity I of theta is measured as function of theta, but theta is defined as shown. Right? This is the value of theta. If I naught is the maximum intensity, then I theta for 0 less than theta less than 90 degrees. So this is what 0 less than 90 less than or equal to, sorry, here it is theta, here it is 90 degree. And this is I of theta. This is also I of theta. Right? So is given by what? Since we have frequency to be 10⁶ Hz, so we can find the wavelength, that is C by F. C is 3 into 10 to power 8 meter per second, speed of light upon frequency, so that is 10 to power 6. So this turns out to be 3 into 10 to power 2, so that is 300 meters. So the wavelength used is 300 meters, right? And we have D, this is wavelength, D to be equal to 150 meters. Right? I naught would be equal to 2a square. So that would be equal to 4a square. Right? That would be the intense amplitude square, 4 times amplitude square. Right? And path difference equals to, so we have path difference to be equal to d sine theta. Right? So when theta is 45 degree, so we are given different situations, right? So what we can say is that what is the intensities, right? So we can say that since for theta equals to 30 degree, we can say AR square be equal to A1 square plus A2 square plus 2A1 A2 cos 30 degree. So this would turn out to be, since all are same, right? A1 is equal to A2 plus A1 A2, right? So that is A square. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. So this is root 3. So we get 2 plus root 3 A square. Correct? So this is the value of AR square, right? The final amplitude square. So the intensity for this would be equal to, since I naught is 4a square, right? So I dash would be equal to 2 plus root 3 by 4 I naught, right? So this would be equal to not I naught by 2. No, this is not equal to I naught by 2. So this is wrong. Next thing we are given is for theta equals to 90 degree. Right, so when theta is equal to 90 degree, when theta is equal to 90 degree, we can say that AR square is equal to A square plus A square plus 2A square cos 90. Since cos 90 is equal to 0, so we can write this to be equal to 2A square, right? So intensity in this case, I double dash, we can write this to be equal to, since 4a square is I naught, so this is I naught by 2, right? So here it is written I naught by 4. So this is also wrong. Now we are going to find for theta equals to 0 degree, right? Since when we have theta equals to 0 degree, what we can say is AR square would be equal to A square plus 2A square cos 0. So that would be 1. So this turns out to be equal to 4A square, right? So intensity here would be equal to I naught. So intensity would be I naught. So this is true, right? So for theta equal to I, theta is constant for all value of theta? No, it is varying, as we already found it for 3 different values. So this is also wrong. So our answer is option C. Thank you.
Hello everyone, in this question white light is used to illuminate the two slits in a Young's double slit experiment. The separation between the slits is B and the screen is at a distance D greater than B from the slits. At a point on the screen directly in front of one of the slits, certain wavelengths are missing. Some of these missing wavelengths are. Now we draw a diagram that is a slit. Let it with slit here and this slit, and the distance is here given that the distance between the two slit is here, that is given. So we meet these lines and we get that, and distance between the two slits is given here, that is this is equals to B. So let this is B, and and the distance between these is given here, that is a small d, and from the center, suppose this is, if we line meet this line, and from this central position this is equals to, that is y is equals to b by 2, and so whole distance is here given, that is this is equals to b. So this is a whole distance, that is b. Now we have to find here certain wavelengths missing here. Now so we know that for the dark fringes y is given by y is equals to 2n minus 1 lambda divided by 2 into d, and this d can be written as this is equals to 2n minus 1, and this is lambda, and this is equals to written as lambda and a small d divided by b. So here the distance is here, that is b, and this is equals to, that is given here y is equals to b by 2. So we put here this is equals to b by 2, and here this is 2. So we can write here, that is this 2 and 2 will be cancel out, and so the value that is it becomes, that is lambda is equals to b square by the cross multiplication, b square divided by 2n minus 1, and this is a small d. So and we know that this is a value of lambda, and we put the value for lambda, that is if we put n is equals to 1, we get lambda is equals to b square, and this is 2, so this is 2 minus this is equals to d. Similarly, if we put equals to n is equals to 2, we get this is b square divided by 3 lambda, and if n is equals to 3, so we get b square divided by 5d. So we match this option, that is the b square by d, and we get here b square by d, and lambda is equals to b square. So option 1 is the right answer, and for that is second, that is this equals to b square by d. So this will not match here, so this is wrong. Now the option C here, that is b square by 3d, so this is the right answer, and for fourth option, that is b square by 3d, but here 2b square, so this is wrong. So the correct option is that is first and third. I hope you understood. Thank you.